is that Thing is gonna kill Architect. Strikers on Tracer in order to go on backline. And then you have Rodok versus Orisa on both teams. Rodok with Orisa versus each other. And there's not much Strike can do more than kill an Ana or go for a Widow. And I don't think Shock planned for the early death, obviously. But since they lost Architect really early on, nothing you can do, you know. Their fire is just gonna get so much more space. Then you set up on high ground, or not high ground, but you set up on skybox with the Pharah. Both Pharahs, they take duels. Okay, let's see that hook. Ah, just a normal hook combo. Okay. Moth rest Choi. Smurf the Youngjin DM goes and pops off. Oh, and then he's gonna pop Warlock here, and then it goes for Moth. No, you can't do anything against the Widow when she's holding there. And I think the issue comes from Shock being pushed back there. What else could have Shock done? So Bongo's popped. Oh yeah, this is way after. Oh wait, before that though. Oh yeah, you gotta enter as Pharah, that's the thing. You can't enter here, because then you're gonna die. If you enter here, you're gonna die. So the plan is that Shock pushes out from indoors, and that creates space for the Pharah to come from main. I think so, yeah. I think so, at least. Okay, so Strikers on Widow. He died earlier. Got rest. And now Shock the approaching point with pretty much only Nano. They can't get Barrage. Dragons, they have a full-on combo though. Let's see scouting setup. Orisa plus Hog covering both both chokes. Then you have Pharah spamming above LOS. And Luffy, he got orbed and hooked. Then ults come in. And Shock, they're about to grab hooked. So yeah, nothing... well, nothing out of the ordinary when Luffy gets orbed and hooked. Oh, how do you say? Not out of the ordinary, I mean... nothing special. That's what I mean. Because shield came out... a bit behind. Let's see, did Gamsa have his shield there? Oh, no, he didn't. Actually, he did. Oh! A tiny bit too late. It happens here. Let's fix one thing as well. Are you doing graphic? There we go. Yeah, Loki, we have them. So Pharah just killing Pharah when entering, that's skill matchup. Now I want to check DM versus Striker. Let's see. Striker is... Chucky getting pushed back here. How come? So yeah, thing was rest. You see DM, he's pressuring Architect all the time. I'm pretty good, man. I literally just started streaming, so haven't been going too long. I'm good though. I'm good though. Thanks for asking. So yeah, this becomes a Widow. This Widow versus Widow, and spamming shields. So sleep comes in. Let's see here. Youngjin gets nanoed in order to push in, right? Is that why? Oh no, he gets nanoed because he's hooked. Oh. And because he gets nano when he's hooked, that means Ding doesn't have his nano for the barrage combo. Okay, so Ding is dead. Then yeah, everyone else dies. Okay. Next fight, you have Warlock, you have Barrage, Bongos, and Valk. While Shock has Nano Barrage with Bongos. You think it will see an evolution of hook combo like we did with stuff in Goat's meta? Like with bomb combos and bubble... Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay, so Violet got slapped here. Let's see how he got slapped. I think it's inevitable that it's gonna be evolving. Okay, so he got slapped while rotating indoors. Oh, he was healing... Was he healing Architect? Oh, maybe it's just scouting. He got owned here. Yeah. A bit late on the rollout there. Or rotation, I mean. What's the best way to counterplay Nano Barrage as a team? There's a very small opportunity to sleep a hook if Pharah is point blank. The only thing you can do is EMP. Well, here's what you do versus Nano Barrage. You gotta scout it, you gotta think about the ult, and you set up a plan. That's how you counter it. And the plan has to consist of either sleep, you know, some form of CC or defensive ult. And or yeah, matrix, you know, stuff like that. Otherwise you can't counter it. It's very how to say, there's nothing special where, like, in terms of countering it. You literally just scout it, think about the ult, and set up a plan. So Violet dead there. Let's see what that means. Smurf goes back into contest. Now, I want to see what does he and Choi do. For him and Choi, they go forward. Choi is negated, so he rotates to break LOS. Smurf doesn't realize he's alone. I guess he doesn't realize that, because also because his shield is pretty poorly positioned. So yeah, not very good. Then not very good shield, I mean. What would a good plan be if you're playing the Shanghai composition versus it? So basically, if you're playing Dragon's comp, which is the same as almost the same as Shock's. Well, it is the same as Shock. You avoid it. You try to avoid it. You either sleep the Pharah or you avoid it. You can set up a sleep dart, for example, or you hook. For example, you make sure that you don't use a hook and you sleep dart before the Pharah goes in. You gotta be mindful of that. So it's like one of those questions. You know, how long is a rope? Like there's no specific details. Like it depends on the situations. Like if you must use sleep and you must use hook for something else, then that means you gotta rotate and be really, really safe, and mark, like you point mark, what's it called? Like you mark the Pharah, specifically the Pharah, and make sure that she never gets an opportunity to simply just drop in with Nano. And if she's sneaking in with blocked LOS, you gotta watch out for her and just keep on rotating. Kite.
Justice reigns.
Let's see. Oh, Luffy never gets killed there.
Justice reigns from above.
Oh, yeah, Luffy never dies, so kind of poor tracking by or how to say, target decision by Architect there. And that's how they lose first fight. No, it's last fight. Then overtime comes in. Nothing special to look at. How you doing, Muska? Nice to see you, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All round. Capture the objective.
Okay, so both teams runs Pharah. Second question, what would be the best use of Bongo, generally speaking? And how to use Barrage if you don't have Nano? I think it's outside of the scope of the VOD, so I'm gonna have to answer that one later, if you can hold on for it. Or like DM me on Discord if it's better because it's way too theoretical and like way too open-ended, and will like take away the attention from the VOD, unfortunately.
1. Ready for battle.
Because we have 7 maps we have to go through here, so that's why I can't take it. So both Pharahs. Now the difference is dragons have Sombra versus Shock with Hanzo. I think Hanzo is because either they expect Sombra and you can use the Sonic Arrow, or yeah, I think that's the sole reason for it actually, because of Sonic Arrow. Hook comes in on Gamsu. Let's see how that hook comes in. The Pharah duel is just a duel. I'm not gonna focus on that one because it's literally skill matchup. Plus, well, here's the thing. We missed how he got hooked. But the Pharah duel is like this. If this Pharah dings, he doesn't get contested by Architect, then he can free spam on the ground. So that's why you usually see both Pharahs dueling each other. What's up, Dragonus? And we're gonna see Gamsu getting hooked here. Oh, he made a mistake. He went in without fortify up. Okay, you know, that's normal. Happens. That's a mistake on his part. Then DM got slapped as well, but not killed. So DM is slapped. Not killed. Let's see, Choi. Oh! Oh! Okay. Architect messed up that. So that's probably
Is now active.
miscoordinate, like bad coordination there. Architect shot while Choi was reloading. Pharah's still going at it. So yeah, as I mentioned, the Pharahs aren't that important to look at because they just shift positions depending on where. Yeah. How the other Pharah moves, that's how the other one goes. Then Hook comes in, Youngjin dies. I want to see that Hook. Okay, show me. Oh, his missed, okay. Yeah, nothing you can do. Shock just outplayed him. Oh yeah, then DM goes on Hanzo. Another thing is, Hanzo is really good versus Pharah. On this point specifically, because you can just climb, spam. You can move around pretty easily and you... well, you know, it's not like you're gonna spam the Pharah, but you're gonna be able to spam Marissa shield as well as Pharah. Now, Choi made a pog jump hook here. Easy kill. So Ding, he was going in to kill Violet because Violet was going low there. Then everyone is naded, Striker dies, Violet hooked. Not good. Let's see another thing here. So before this... oh yeah, Moth was dead. Dragon comes out, which means there's realistically speaking only one location Youngjin can go to. And it's the inner part of point. Then they get sucked and yeah, killed. So that's just coordination between him and Yamse. Well executed. Okay, so Shock, they walk in with bongos activated. They have nano, they don't have nano, but they have barrage. And Valk as well. Dragons, they have all ults. Use the dragon. You know, dragon never does, it doesn't do any damage to pets, I think. No, not pets, structures or buildings. So yeah, nothing there got any damage. Took any damage, I mean. However, you've now split Orisa from the rest of the team. Sleep on Youngjin. Pretty good sleep. Now this is kind of crucial for Shock, because if Youngjin doesn't get slept... well, no, actually. Since Youngjin gets slept and Gamsu puts down the shield, that means Smurf and Choi, they can engage just right, you know, right ahead. So if Choi and Smurf react quicker, would have been an easier kill on Youngjin. But Youngjin, he doesn't get hooked right away. I need to say this again.
Cease your resistance.
Mr. Architect here. It's gonna be the second time he wakes someone up. Is it? No. Okay, no. It's not the second time. You know, this hook was a hook 1.0. 1.0 hook. Let's see actually if I can get it. So he gets up. Okay, never mind. It was in line of sight. So just a tiny second later, and that hook would have been gone. So maybe flooded comms, weak comms. Koma gets that rest off, which he shouldn't get.
Justice reigns from above.
And then Barrage comes in from behind. With Nano. You sure there's enough damage? No, Striker almost pops off here. Oh, actually, he does pop off. He just goes in. And yeah, like Seagull says sometimes, when a Hanzo pops off, there's nothing you can do about it. Except kill him. Same with a Widow. See the entry. Hook get... Man. Shanghai really struggles with avoiding hook combos. Where's the Shock at least? Then you have Pharah spamming. This is kind of weak by Shock. They have the better positioning on Pharah, but Architect just allows Ding to go in and farm here. So nade was used, then Architect is kinda... It looks like he's conflicted with, should I spam main or should I go for this Pharah? While Ding is just straight on, like, has a goal. Put mob, thank you so much for your sub, 9 months.
Back from vacation. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How was your vacation? See, Architect kills Ding and Koma and then goes from behind and barrages. Nice. The next point. Hope you had a good vacation. Alright, so Pharah versus Pharah. Difference is... There's no difference actually. Both of them run Widow. Let's pay attention to the rotation actually.
Ready for battle. 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
So check how dragons are moving way quicker. Shock with a bit more defensive setup. Probably because he expect... Is it... Wait. Ah, he's scouting for Widow, I guess. Well, Ding is above you. And Striker should be looking backwards here. Actually, what is Striker looking at? Why doesn't he go for Pharah? Here. If the Pharah is scouted, you can see it. Well, Architect sees her. Maybe Architect is muted, I mean. And he's, you know, mic not working or something, because this is a free kill, in my opinion. Right now you have a free kill because Striker is in main. Well, you gotta keep in mind. There's a Widow here, but she's not scouted. Still. Ding moves in for free. And it's so split. If you check this. Shock, you're actually allowing dragons to surround them. And because neither... Well, Architect can't really spam the same way Ding can. Ding spams from the side, behind the shield. Architect he spams into the shield. So kinda inefficient just positioning here. And Striker gets 0 value from the Widow. He doesn't set himself up into the same angles. While DM here actually gets those angles, but sure, he doesn't hit the shots. That's another thing. Except now, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, he hits body shot. So cool. That's how dragons win first point. That's just fundamental rotations. Or just awareness, you know. And good scouting. So this tells me, just from watching this, it tells me that this squad from Shock, with Striker, Architect, and Smurf, they don't really have that level of communication that the main squad has, as well as Dragon have. So now, how do you enter this? Well, Architect, he can't be too aggressive. Ding can just aggro on him. Well, he can't really, because Striker's right underneath. I want to see Striker, because Pharah should be scouted here. He's looking for Widow as well.
Justice reigns from above.
Architect afraid of pushing for space control because he's afraid of Ding and DM. I think it's just that he is. Let's see here. You can see why actually when we move up here. So Widow hasn't been scouted. No one has seen the Widow, by the way. This is a normal spot for Pharah, because you can deny Widow a line of sight. So now he notices where the Widow is, and he wants to... he doesn't go for the duel because of the Widow. Well, Shock also wants to play for point. So that's why they gotta take this house. I think Shock just, how to say, forced themselves into a bad situation because they want to play point. And not the pad. Let's see here. So this is when, yeah, Barrage came in. Let's see right after that then. I see Striker more here.
Hello.
This Widow is a dead pick so far. You know, if... so... we have sights on Widow, plus the Pharah. So Pharah is dead. Then because Pharah is dead, Architect feels like he can go in. However, he has to watch out for the hook. And he has to watch out for the Widow. Then Widow versus Widow. Striker doesn't have sights anymore. And now this is just an open angle. Oh. If this is a headshot, that's a lost fight. And at 75%, Dragons have won. The bongos come out. Smurf is dead. Striker dead. Yeah. Nothing you can do. I think they panic super hard. That and have zero plans. Maybe they have a basic plan, but it's not a good one. Then just, yeah, last minute switches coming in here. Thing has been 100 times more confident than Architect in his rotations too. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Dragons, they set up that rotation specifically for Ding early on. Like they play around Ding. Here, you see this? Him positioning over here denies the Widow, but allows the spam. So what Shock has to do, or should do, in my opinion, I don't know if this would be good actually, but why not rotate? On rotating. Yeah, I don't know actually. Or why set up on point too early? The thing is, if you take the Widow duel, still, Architect seems, let's see, if he is... Okay, so he's going for the Widow here, trying to find her. This is just good, the line of sight for by Dingamin. So that's map 1. Map 2. Playing versus this is asking so much of an inexperienced lineup. Well, yeah, that's correct, that's correct. It's also a gamble you can take. Then you put in the main squad. This is with Rascal, Sinatra and Super.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And they pick Batiste Scouts here. I think Batiste Scouts is mainly for Pharah plus Sombra. Because you have Immortality Field, Transcendence and Beat. So you have 3 support ults, 2.5 support ults I mean, for 2 big win conditions or combos. And then Dragons, they're playing in Doomfist, Widow, Pharah. And with Doomfist, you can one-shot pretty much half of Shock's team. Widow, you can one-shot half of the team as well. And now this is just... They go for the surround. Are Shock maybe overreacting here? So I think they are overreacting because of the Pharah. Well, they can't really do anything else. And just Pharah is creating so much space. You see this? This is all Pharah that allow the rotations. Then let's see. Once people are in the back line. Oh, well. Now it's kind of difficult to avoid a Widow, I mean. Pharah spam is inevitable as well. Violet dies. How does he die? Oh, Super turns the shield. Unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate. Okay, so when Violet is dead, you can do really. Rascal dead as well. You know, everyone split up. You can't do anything. Muff boosts Luffy. That's hardly anything to get stuck on. I'm just getting some early picks here. Now they push up. This is correct. Correct play. You try to set up some kills. Gamsu naded. EM is pushed by Sinatra. Gamsu, yeah, he was naded, so he had to get out. And then, because everyone chased after Gamsu and Youngjin, Ding has a free, you know, he has a couple of free shots. How do you deal with the Pharah? The thing is, if Pharah plays in the open, and you have a Widow, marking her. It's not like you can do anything. The people go for... Yeah, oh no. See this?
Routing power to forward shield.
Meteor strike.
You guys see this? Okay, here. People are chasing DM. Super is like shouting, DM is over here. Kill DM. They don't notice Youngjin. And obviously they can't go outside because there's a Pharah there. And somewhere out there, Rascal felt this as we watched it. And that's just a nice setup. Because they didn't scout the Doomfist. And just blindly run behind, you know, not behind, but... Actually, what's the reason? What's the reasoning? Alright, so Cart isn't pushing the corner yet. Gotta go even further back, actually. Alright. So Cart hasn't pushed yet. Sinatra has cleared the indoor place. Shooting Youngjin as well. Youngjin is now gone. And that's why they rotate indoors. However, there's a Widow with Wallach here.
My ultimate is almost ready.
So Widow is called out and they try to push her, I guess. Yeah. And now they give up the space outdoors for the Pharah. And this is when, I guess DM plus Youngjin calling the play here. Just, you see, everyone is on point. Not on the actual point out here. That's just Luffy. Everyone else. You have Pharah, you have Gamsu, you have DM, and you have Youngjin here. It's like a full trap. And then Luffy can come around the corner and, you know, sleep. How do you deal with this? You're shocked. You can't. It's too late. It's like putting on those like finger traps. Like you can't really get out, you know, unless you know that if you struggle more, the more trapped you become.
Justice reigns
Meteor
from
strike.
above.
Yeah. Let's move on. Okay, so dragons. Just get a couple of new ults there. Youngjin switches Brig off the Doomfist because there's nothing, you know, Doomfist can do now. Because, yeah, defenders, they have the high ground advantage here. So it's not like he can set up somewhere. Now, stun on Super. He's contesting. Is it a bit too early, maybe? Okay, so we have Sinatra here.
Hola.
Okay, so it goes in. Stunned by Youngjin. Actually, did Youngjin switch Brig because Super switched Ball? Oh no, he didn't. He didn't. So what is the play here? Play of Youngjin is permanently on cart. Now, Shock, they don't have a Brig, so they can't contest cart unless Super or Choi are. Then you gotta watch out for Violet not getting spammed by Ding, and also gotta watch out for DM. So DM here, he has full control. Ding, playing line of sight. Okay, so Ding is hacked. That's whatever, actually. And then beat is used in order to save Violet. Ah.
I'm ready to initiate.
Yeah, it's in order to save Violet. He almost gets knocked off as well. So it's kinda difficult to stop the Hammond without your own Brig. And that's just them being counterpicked by dragons. Super going for a pretty bad hook here. A super bad hook. Yeah. I say so. I don't know. No, that's the first one. He doesn't find anything up there. He goes down. And now he wants to knock down DM. Alright. Let's go and knock down DM with 141 HP. Let's do it. He's not getting any heals because all the healers, they're being pushed back in here. And he's probably thinking he has beat. Yeah, Gamsu absorbs it. He doesn't absorb it himself, but he pushes them back. So this is Gamsu like thinking 2 steps ahead. And I guess super engaging without realizing he has no beat. So he's dead. He's just running into his death. Alright. That's, you know, a bumper charge, for example. And then, yeah, just way too much damage. Can't contest cart. Alright. Next one.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Super is back on Reinhardt. Now Rascal is back on Baptiste. Now it looks like Sinatra wants to set up a barrage. And they're baiting in... Yeah, they're baiting in the Pharah in order to be able to EP here. So EMP comes and yeah, dragons. They expect that EMP. Only one person got EMP'd. And he's instantly out of the fight. Well, Gamsu got EMP'd as well, but that's whatever. Choi uses his mech for Bombamine. Had to. So yeah, that's one EMP wasted. And there's actually nothing dragons can do unless... I mean, there's literally nothing Shock can do if dragons expect it. Well, actually, they can decide to not use the EMP because it's kind of like telegraphed. For example, Sinatra just chilling here. He's being scouted as well. Big time. However, you see clearly, like Dragon's game plan, they just keep on spreading out, you know, taking all angles. Because Shock, they tend to, play defensive. What's this? They are not proactive for some reason. They just stop being at that. So EMP comes out. How do you scout even? Who's scouting this? Okay, so how do you know there's no Widow? Maybe. Okay, so you know the Pharah, Hammond, Brig is on point. Choi has control of Diva, Widow. He sees Widow Hook. Okay, so that's Widow Hook used. But who else scouts here? Unless Sinatra assumes he can just go in. The question is Youngjin and everyone else... Oh, they see translocator. Okay, they were prepared for it. They scout translocator and they cut LOS immediately. This is why corners are important, guys. If you're not using corners and you're playing Overwatch League, you're doing something wrong. This is how you do it. Watch this.
Apagando las luces.
Really good. Okay, so Sinatra sat on Sombra for eternity, for no reason now. Well, not no reason, but you know, there was reason, but it didn't get any value.
The payload is approaching its
And how do you deal with the Pharah now? Because you can't, unless Violet goes for the snipes. However, DM is in the way, so you need to contest DM. And then, how do you contest DM? Well, can't, unless you send Sinatra. And can Sinatra go? No. Well, he's not going. It's important to hack the Winston as well and go for the free charge.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
And then Barrage comes in.
Helden sterben nicht.
complete. Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating.
Let's go next point.
Ready for battle. One. Attackers incoming.
Now, Dragons to play solo tank Orisa. And well, it's not unconventional. We have seen Houston play this as well. Choi cannot get slept there. Well, he can. It's crazy how confident they look in their rotation / engages. It's practiced, that's why. Oh, it's just a free sleep. It's just a free sleep, okay. Okay, they flush out Doomfist as well. So Doomfist is gone. And well, when Super is booped down, what can you do really? Sinatra doesn't even have his bubbles.
Barrier activated.
Yeah, he has to use bubbles in order to get energy. So they scout the bubble. Ah! And then goes in for the concuss. Oh, he goes in for that later, okay. He doesn't even have cooldown when bubbles come up. No, he does actually. This is a great small play. He tries to boot down Super. Misses, shoots a shield. But this is the equivalent of Lucia boot or Diva boot in GOATs. And now Super is just free. And yeah. You see this massive split. You see this, guys? It's basically 6 versus 1. It's actually 6 versus 1. What's up, Very Dust? And yeah, Super is dead. Nothing he can do. Hacked. Well, he's not dead, but could have been dead. Okay, so he got hacked. Then Rascal died. Because Rascal is dead, there's very little healing. However, Youngjin goes in and dies. Ah, okay, he tried to go for kill there. Oh wait, that's different. Ah, he just didn't have anywhere to escape, and cooldowns used. Okay, you know, that's life as Doomfist when you go full on aggro. I mean, it's fine. It was a bit unfortunate hitting a bubble there. I think he could have disengaged better though. Or he should have disengaged. In hindsight, you know. In the moment, who knows.
The payload.
The Shock, they're just pushing up, getting kills. And they got a scout Doomfist. Doomfist works better on defense here because of the high ground. Oh, and keep in mind, Violet is on Zen here. Him and Rascal, they play together for Immortality Field. This is map 2. This is map 2. So Immortality Field comes... Oh no, I mean EMP comes out. You see how much vision DM has on Shock. And compare that to how Dragons played early on, you know. Well, you can't really split with this comp either, Goats. It's just inevitable that EMP is gonna hit a lot of people. And that should be scouted. If Dragons can scout the what's it called, translocator, so can Shock. And I don't want to see the EMP, I want to see before the EMP. I want to see who is looking, who can see the translocator here. It's not like they want to translocate just yet. Now they want to. Let's see.
Be right back.
So there's the translocator. Who's looking here now? Who can scout it? Pretty much no one. Well, if they turn, they can scout it. Sinatra can't see it yet. Rascal has no idea. Super, he doesn't see it yet. Choi, he can see it. Violet, no. Moth can see it as well. So Moth and Choi, they can call out translocator. Well, what do you do when there's a translocator? Well, Sinatra has to break LOS. Super, he's dead. Moth has to break LOS as well. If he can. I don't think he can though. Hard. Yeah, it's hard to say if he can. So DM dies, but Violet is dead. So there's no transfer at EMP. Also no beat. And they split up Violet with Rascal so that they could EMP, trans the beat, I mean, trans the EMP. Young Jin dies, that's whatever, good for Shock. Or it's not whatever, it's actually really good for Shock. Then Sinatra goes for a quick grab, catches Luffy, Coma as well. Doesn't matter if Coma dies, because they won't recontest. Young Jin and Luffy dead. Those are the two major like components that they need. And Dragons, they're thinking of a contest here, but DM is super low. Actually dies as well. But the, DM went back out in order to disengage. What's up, Jode? Not for much, just reviewing the finals match. You're still holding the same comp. So let's see, they're positioned for what? So position here by Sinatra, that's for for breaking LOS versus Ding. I think they're preparing to deal with Ding. Hack comes in. Nice stop. But then Super all alone. Well, he's taking help there by the Mega.
Meteor strike.
Pass into the iris.
And a difficult situation here now. See, does Super actually need to rotate indoors? Well, no, he doesn't have to. I think he's rotating back because of Ding. He's afraid of Ding. And they are so split. Are they? I think they are. It's not like he can stay here because Ding is just gonna keep on spamming. If he rotates back, they give up so much space. So maybe this is the only place he can go actually. I think it is. Let's see the rascal. Okay. Oh, Rascal can heal easily. And then Violet takes a direct, so he's dead. Why does Violet even stick his head out? Oh, just to shoot.
Experience tranquility.
Just to shoot. Okay, so trance is gone. What happens after trance? Well, it gets some space, but that's about it. Still have to deal with Barrage. Rascal died because he was using ult in the open.
Meteor strike.
Pass into the iris.
Ah, he wants to kill Ding, maybe.
Let them up.
Oh yeah, he wanted to kill Ding. But Ding just went back. Oh. I guess either coincidence or they expected it. But that's a nice engage by Dragons there. Also, did he have his immortality field? Yeah, he did. No,
Let them up.
he didn't. Oh, he had 1 second. Oh no. This is Dragons. I think it's Dragons keeping like track of the immortality field. I might be overthinking it, but that or really good. Well, it's game sense, I think. Team has an EP. You still have Barrage with Nano. Dragon, well, Shock, they only have Bomb and Beat. Grav coming up as well. You see, Sinatra is having a really tough time charging up stuff here. Youngjin caught off. Let's see, did Youngjin agreed? Oh no, he didn't. He was planning to just go behind him. But then Sinatra was in front with the bubble as well. Okay. So that's him just in a bad position. That was scouted. Oh yeah, they expected the Shock to go main again, that's why. And then Super and Sinatra split off. And that's why they engage. They get the kill. Pretty massive kill. And yeah, Super knocked away. I see the comp. I see exactly what they want to do with the comp. It's just splitting up people. Oh, well. It is a great goats counter. Okay, so bombs plus Pile Driver, Sinatra out in the open there. You see they have crossfire. Then knock people into the bombs. Pretty good. Sinatra hack there. And all the healing is cut off. Ah, maybe it's in order to deal with the Batiste goats. Don't you think a form of 222 wrecks triple DPS? I have no idea. It's a question that we actually don't have to think about because 222 is coming in. So yeah, in the moment, I don't think so, because the alternatives are like McCree comps. Yeah. Actually, McCree with what could you run? I don't think Dragons would play this if it wasn't for Shock on BT codes. But Shock can't play Brig because then Pharah is just free. Ah, Shock would have to go Sombra Goats themselves. I think Dive maybe would have worked, if you think about it. I don't know, it's too theoretical. Maybe yeah, maybe actually a form of 222 would work pretty well. It's kind of interesting to see like how they split off the healing all the time. That's a nice solo grab. But the trade. Oh, Gamsu. Wait. Gamsu got rest. Okay, so he goes in for the kill. Oh, heal. Rest him in. And they're still being split off here because the MP threat is still out there. And then while Youngjin goes in for Choi, the rest comes in at the same time. Then Barrage, there's Trance, Bond. Still pretty difficult for Shock to push in. It's just too scrappy. It's really hard for them to just finish off all the enemies at once. So there's just constant staggers. Oh, how to say contest, I mean, because Pharah flies over cart, then Hammond comes in, Hammond nanode, kills Violet, you know. It just goes on forever and forever. Yeah. Switch to Hog instead of Batiste, which makes sense, and then Moira instead of Zen. And this is a bit more all-in. What do they even have to work with here? Nothing really. So Hog hacked, pushed, killed. Sinatra, how much charge? 35. And both bubbles used. Sinatra struggling as well. Remake on Choi. It's just all over the place. This is Shock just panicking. No plan.
60 seconds.
Alright, next. Man, nice CP. Let's see. I wanna see Translocator. Who scouts the Translocator? Who would even scout it? Rascal can't see, Sinatra can't see, Super can't see, Choi can't see, Violet can't see, Moth can't see. No one can see it. Oh, Moth can. Moth sees it. Ah, but it's a bit too late.
That's not right.
You see that I think they scouted it out. I don't know if Sinatra saw it or not. I'm not gonna go back, but he wouldn't break the corner unless he expected the EMP or heard it. You know.
Rains from above.
Youngjin tried to go for the kill on Sinatra there as well. This is just dragons outclassing Shock. And they still have 3 ults to work with here.
Helden sterben nicht.
Meteor strike.
3 kills, Shatter plus a grab. Yeah. Oh. Right, that was Numbani. So far in the match, dragons, they're just wrecking Shock. Then we have Ryzen.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Let's go over this one. And this is a map that favored Shock as well. Yeah, I know. The names are mixed up. Okay, so line of sight here. Really important. Dragons stop playing the same comp. They can abuse, not abuse, but you can use high ground for Doomfist. Then you place your Zen really far back in order to snipe the Pharah. Pharah can only gain shots either on Reinhardt or the backline here. There's a boop. You just push them all in there together. Engage. You get anything? No. Mortality field used. Okay, you go out. You repeat. And now, Sinatra needs to be very careful with his bubble uses. Otherwise, Super dies. Window is out in order to kill Pharah. Or anyone. And then DM as well. Up there sniping. Providing cover for the Pharah. He can die from Violet.
I need healing.
So pushes them back. If he gets focused, he's dead. He went for a pretty telegraphed pile driver, I think. If I remember correctly. So he's waiting on his hook. Scouts to see what's happening. Goes in. There's the telegraphed pile driver. This is a pretty bad thing to do on Hammond. I don't think you can go for these pile drivers when it's so far up. This is a bit too far up. It's an eternity. You're gonna get discorded, you're gonna get shot, focused, everything. And there's no one to help you. Well, you have a 5-man shield you can get as well. But that shield just disappears instantly. And so Luffy is 68 to Nano, but Ding has Barrage. So they couldn't engage, you know, even if they wanted to. Maybe they could, but yeah. No use in it. And now you can choose to push either Reinhardt or you wanna spam the stairs. Because you see if bubbles are used and all that, well, you just go in. Also because you can push them back like this. Choi almost losing his mech there. The nice nade coming in. And now DM has free sight. There's a small thing that not many people notice, but there's this glass window. It's the Widow has the advantage compared to the attacker or defender, in this case Violet. Also, you gotta deal with Youngjin. Ding kills himself. I wanna see that soon. But here's what I'm talking about. You see, Violet has no idea about DM. Maybe he does, but DM can see everyone else. Also, let's see how Ding died. Oh, he tried to go behind. And then he realized, ah, damn. Shield. And Super is laughing. Oh yeah, Super died before Beat came out. Let's see. Super can't really contest. Well, Super is still in spawn. So the one who's contesting is Choi in this case. Sinatra can help, but Sinatra needs to be both at the point and the stairs. So there's a grab, that's normal. At the same time, Rascal and Violet die. So that's a trade you take any day. Except for, yeah, Koma Ding dying. If they wouldn't die, that would be way better. Him so far, he's putting up a threat, but it's more like a passive threat. And that's where you see him switch on Hanzo. Makes sense, because he didn't really get any clean shots. And it's 1 minute left. Yamsu pushed back. Nano in there. Barrage, you have everything. Youngjin dead, whatever. Okay, so Violet uses trance. Being dead. He's rest. And because he's rest, he can barrage. Is there anything to defend on shock side? Well, there's only a beat in 18%. 15 actually. It's a nice dragon. Violet is trapped. You know, if Violet stood a tiny bit further to the right, he would have left him in. He would have been dead instantly. Okay, and there's the clear on point. Nice. Let's go next fight. So this is the snowball fight. A bit too far ahead. So Hammond versus Hammond to contest. Then you also have Doomfist on high ground that you have to deal with. And Choi can't really do that. Super is dead. Why is that?
Let them up.
Don't tell me Rascal's heals are not hitting. Yeah, he... Oh, his heals never get... reaches Super, that's why. No healing. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And Rascal and Choi are dead as well. Super is back. And Rascal on Tracer as well to recontest. But they have trance. Off died with a nade. Even with the trance they still lose. Oh, and Super slapped in the back. They just ignore him. He watches his team die. And that's it. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that Rascal's heals were blocked there. Choi took one tick, and then Rascal, no, I mean Sinatra took another one, and then a third one that was missed. It happens, you know.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming.
Yonder.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
Let's see first fight. Super on Winston. Pretty all-in comp. Isn't Violet gonna die here? I think he is. Okay, so they plan to rotate a point.
Routing towards forward barrier.
Clearing the area.
Pretty good surround with Sombra and hacking. Super does a nice job, you know, pushing up. Sinatra slept. Not good. Try to help him.
Get through this.
Barely survives.
Gale the Mahal.
Then Coalescence used to keep everyone alive. Super on high ground. Slept. Oh yeah, he went for the easiest, how to say, jump to sleep. Yeah, you know, these Winston mechanics, it's really difficult to pull out the bubble, you know, a bit earlier. When do you pull out the bubble? Here, this is where you put out the bubble, or take out the bubble. A bit earlier even, actually. It depends. Depends how aggro you want to be. But if you use the bubble here... You want to use the bubble a bit early, because then you can shield kite and break, you know, LOS with the corner. That's why. So, Luffy, there's no chance, you know, he's just gonna keep rotating back in. Because if he does, he's just cutting himself off from everyone else. Well, he can actually, but yeah. If it's only the Winston, he's just gonna go aggro. That's what an Ana does. You're not afraid of a Winston. And it's so easy, you see, it's so easy to just sleep him. So now that's jump and bubble used. All gone. And the massive EMP. Yeah. Super needs more practice on Winston. He's hacked, his life is just painful right now. Nano on Ding there as well. So he's just gonna farm up a new, what's it called, new barrage pretty soon, or try to. He had to rotate back as well due to a hack. Or due to EP. That's a nice EMP from Sinatra, by the way. Five targets. Pretty good. Pretty easy to kill people. Yeah, that's how they cap. Let's go next point. A bit too early again. Yeah. Yamsu is now on Orisa. That's fine. Because it's not like you're gonna play Hammond on defense here. So he was stunned and hacked, which means, okay, I can't fortify, so I'm gonna drop. And now because he's just a dead, you know, he's just dead weight. That's why you see him rotate behind. Otherwise he gets no damage. DM came in with another Impedo. Like DM is just lapping Sinatra. Sinatra looking for EP again. He sees it.
Taking the objective. A little help would be appreciated.
Okay. Who can see the translocator? Koma can see. Luffy can see. Youngjin can see. Gamsu can't see. DM can see. And Ding can't see.
Apagando las luces.
Okay, 4 people impede. That's a really good EP. There's no way you can hide either. At that moment. All you can do is just call out and react, you know. Then hack on super stops him from going in and primaling. Oh yeah. Because Youngjin and Koma are dead, Gamsu can't survive here. So the only thing he could do was shield kite with 45 up.
Justice reigns from above.
Then yeah, Nano Barrage completely stopped. Handicap, nice.
Initiating match.
Let's go next round, first fight. Okay, there's the icons. Same comp from Dragons. Boop onto Super. You see his position a bit differently now, so that he doesn't get booped into everyone else. Super is getting massive damage on him. Or, well, no heals. Now he gets spooked in. Oh, Choi. He almost loses mech there. Him dies because Sinatra pushes him. Oh yeah, there's just nothing you can do. Too late to break LOS. However, if Violet dies, that's pretty big. He's dead. Because Koma can go and, you know, press Youngjin if there's any window for it, so to say. Sinatra hacked, not hacked, no, he was just a bit low, but he has massive amount of energy. Youngjin doesn't get rest. There's a Nono on the Pharah. Now, see what DM was doing here. Oh, Ding, I mean. So because Choi used his boosters and bubbles are gone, I guess they feel like they can go in. A bit, you know, at first it might seem like Ding used Barrage because Choi was moving down, but that's because of the speed. Yeah, they just move in after boosters are used. Then Dragon plus Barrage kills Sinatra, almost D-max Choi as well. Bit late on the trans there. Yeah, everyone else dies. Let's go next point.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective.
Shock. They switch off Reinhardt to Winston. Here's something I really hate to see. Well, I don't hate to see it, but I actually do, Yeah, I do. Bubble on bubble. So if Super is gonna get Zarya bubble, why not save your bubble. As Winston. Maybe you need a bubble in order to bait out damage. But now, since bubble is gone from Sinatra, you just go in. They didn't get the setup with Hammond, with punching in Winston. Does Super go for another easy sleep? Yeah, this was a setup in order to get the bomb kill on Super. Young Jin was a bit early though, or Gamsu was a bit late. So he sees Luffy. Oh, yeah. There's nothing he can do. He didn't have bubble there. And that's why we don't overlap bubbles. Luffy's dead. PGXD. Thank you for the continuing on your sub. How you doing, man? Alright. Next fight. Yamsu now on Orisa. Because it's kind of difficult to break the choke as Hammond. Also, Orisa counters the Winston. They kill Violet. And cancel Super's jump there, so Super's dead.
10 seconds.
So pretty much just individual how to say, mistakes. Nice sleep on Super. Super has been slept 24/7. However, Luffy dead means disengage. Well, not disengage. Last fight you can do it. Pretty good. Glad to support my favorite coach, man. We're getting back to Overwatch League next season. For sure, for sure.
Score 2. Initiate. Ready.
Let's see.
Ready. 4, 3, 2,
This attack.
1.
I shock.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Pretty spread out hold. Violet dies to Ding. Okay. Let's skip ahead a bit. Ooh, Rascal killed. Oh, he's hacked. So he gets naded and everything. Well, oh yeah, nade hits and then orb. And because he's hacked, he can't. You know, Choi should have been there. Did Choi have any mech? How to say Matrix? Of course he had mech. Oh yeah, I don't know how Violet died before, or we skipped. That's whatever. Why Moira over Anna in this comp? It's because they wanna break. They just wanna break chokes to point with how to say speed. And Moira survives easily. Okay, so that's where Violet died. Yeah, next fight. Game is 86 to an EMP, by the way. So now they switch. There's the orb plus barrage, a lot of damage, matrixed, nice. Thing still kills Violet. Now Violet, get paid to die, or do you get paid to survive? Maybe this is a mistake.
Justice reigns from above. I will rebuild you.
Oh. He's just standing out here. He's just standing out there. He had to stand out there, I think, because Sinatra was out. Just out here. So heal wouldn't reach otherwise. And then everyone else dies. Maybe it was Sinatra just spotting out then. Oh, he tries to go for the kill. Ah. The thing is super left as well. So there's no shield and that's how Violet dies, because yeah, he's too far out. Let's skip to the next fight. Shock are really scrappy at the start of this match. So then Super goes back to Winston. That's fine. EMP hits only Sinatra. Is that a weak EMP maybe?
Looking for me? Apagando las luces.
Ah, maybe he mistook the range, I think. Probably. Yeah, he did. He mistook the range. That's a big mistake by DM. Then, yeah, Sinatra split, Choice split, Violet gets barely any heals, you know, in on them. Okay, that's a new fight. Okay, that's a new fight as well. Team got another EMP there, right?
60 seconds remaining.
Wait. He did actually get a new EMP.
My ultimate is charged.
Oh. Oh, yeah, so much charge. Then, yeah, this is the fight after the one with Barrage. So now you only have Valk, but Shock, they have a massive advantage of ults, in ults I mean. You see Super, he was bubbled when engaged, means no sleep. Then he promos. Sleep comes after. Okay. Oliver, thank you so much for your sub, dude. 9 months. Thank you so much, man. That's a really good focus on Super. That's a ult coming in. That's ult for EMP, or ult charge for EMP. However, Grav is pretty nasty. You didn't have any nade there, so you couldn't heal up yourself. Next fight. Why can't I load this? Okay. Doesn't allow me to skip.
Resistance.
Rissa on low ground. Use bongos to waste time. Because with bongos up, it means Shock has a severe disadvantage when it comes to breaking the chokes. There's so much damage. And then Super jumps across. He gets EMP'd. Solo EMP on him, that's fine.
10 seconds remaining.
Because then Youngjin goes in and stuns.
Take some punishment. Nerf this.
Overtime.
Man. Shock has no idea how to play.
Justice reigns from above.
Versus dragons at least.
Victory.
And we'll see. We're gonna scrap everything.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Alright. Deem has a pretty nice line of sight here. Ah, he wanted that shot. What is the point in Youngjin? Ah. What is this?
Ready.
What's up, Rochero?
5, 4.
What is this positioning by Yamsu?
1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Ah, he's just chilling by cart. Oh, so he's hacked, which means Mr. Gamsu can't fortify. Okay, he can't fortify. That's an easy kill. And now the setup Dragons put up, it's all gone. Because Youngjin, he can't, you know, he's not gonna go in like this. And they have Pharah spamming from above. Oh, DM kills Sinatra as well. Oh. Sinatra's like, DM. Try this. Shoot me in the back of my head. Okay, so he gets him. I'm surprised Sinatra even went for that. Youngjin, he just has to how to say, he just has to hide. What? Wait, what? How is he allowed to walk in like that? Is no one scouting him? Violet must be, right? No, Violet doesn't see him. Not yet. Unless Moth can. Moth sees him. Will you do the quarters and semis after? Unfortunately, I won't. It's 7 maps. It's gonna be like 2 hours more. At least 2 hours. And that's gonna be 4 hours of just pure like VOD review. And it's kind of draining. Like my quality goes down. Like I can do more VOD reviews, but it's not gonna be good. To the level I want to keep it at. I'm surprised they let Reaper just walk up like this. Oh, not today. I mean, not today. I will not do them. Yeah, eventually I'll do them. This is on Moth. If he didn't scout it out, this is on him. Could also be that comms are just out of the window, you know? What's up, Jill? What's up, man? There's no reason for Youngjin to be able to walk up like this. This should never happen in a finals where the last map is your last map, or the 4th map is potentially your last map. Super, he's just chucking, you know, what's it called? Fortify behind the shield. Wait. Super, don't tell me. Don't tell me you do this. You know, he steps in front of his own shield. Do you guys see this? What is the reason for Super to feel like he's, you know, slightly more dominant, you know, because he's on higher ground? You know, that's how animals think. When he, you know, can be a thinking person. Step to the left. Boom. Now just check it out. Okay, so he takes one headshot. Not one headshot. Maybe he does one headshot. Yeah, one headshot.
Let's get you back in the fight.
And then spam from behind. That forces the 45. Yeah, he steps forward in order to avoid the spam from behind. That's good. But it forces 45 when it goes back. Yeah. And the young Jin is already in them. In their faces. Man, this is so... That's so poor.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Kelvin, what's up, dude? Scouting is so bad by Shock. Thing finally dies. Him too. Yeah, I want to see how Ding died. Why can't Shock turn around and focus on Ding? Because Ding is just gonna play above the roof here. And break line of sight. You see, he's just gonna go a tiny bit further back, tiny bit further down. Who's gonna shoot them then? No one. So it's up to Rascal to win the duel. Or, you know, Violet. Win a snipe. But if Violet goes for the Pharah, then Super doesn't get any heals. And then, yeah. Super just goes in. I wanna see why does DM position down there? Oh, he positions because of Wallach. Then he gets sucked and hooked. Okay, that's a mistake, yeah. Yeah, like look at where Goofy is. See, that hook wasn't great. And now you just play to survive on point. Sinatra has EMP. That's pretty good. Bongos up on entry. Massive EMP. Now what do you do with this EMP? Choi has hook. Does he see the Pharah? No, he doesn't.
Cease your resistance. Rains from above.
I don't know. For some reason. Super and Choi called their targets separately. Because Rascal tried to barrage here. However, they just break line of sight. They had perfect setup to just hook combo something. We don't though. Let's see what Super does.
Heroes never die. Activated.
Routing navigation.
Okay, so there's the orb. Orb missed. Sure. He doesn't even turn. He doesn't turn. Like, that would have been such an easy kill. If he just turns. Like, if. Yeah. Anyways, Dings dies anyways. Gamsu dead. Youngjin dead. But Ding gets rest. Rascal is gonna get rest as well. Then Ding gets hacked up here as well. Does he? Yeah. He can't contest, okay. Yeah. I mean, Gamsu just outplayed him there. And, well, outplayed... Not outplayed, he did standard Orisa stuff. However, Choi and Super just tunnel vision. Which is, you know, understandable, because in the moment, this is your last chance before you go back to Krusty and say, we lost 4-0 to Dragons. And we missed out on 200k. So, you know, there's some, like, stress. Let's see, positioning. This is to deal with Pharah. Pharah is pretty strong here. If you, you know, not on this map. But it's alright for the chokes. So they deal with Pharah properly. And now King has the upper hand. Rascal got hooked. Let's see how. Oh, he's just not careful. And it was in this moment, at this moment, Rascal realized he had fucked up. What do you do? Nothing. You just take it. And the Moth tried to go back and rest, but kinda messed it up as well. The Nano plus sleep on Hog. Not to mention the shield. Atrocious. Well, it's not atrocious, per se. It's more like... I mean, it's good, but it's a bit awkward once the card starts turning a bit. Now it's atrocious. There's a new shield. You get pushed back. You gotta rotate back. Now this is why it's pretty bad off a shield. Since they would just shoot underneath. So Luffy sleeps Choi with ease. Now here, this is the part I don't like. Why is Super not using this corner to break LOS? Because if he goes across like this, it's the same threat as if Youngjin, he's just gonna step out, you know, here. It's the same exact thing. You know, as if Youngjin goes here. In fact, Youngjin... Yeah, he's... same angle. He dies because he steps out like that. Shit happens, you know. But he could have survived a tiny bit longer if he went to the left. Also, yeah, gotta factor in fourth map. There's gonna be mistakes from the team that's losing, I mean. Even the team that's winning. I gotta push in. Save the shield, because if you push put up your shield first, you're gonna lose shield war.
I might need this later.
Orb used on Orisa to force Fortify. EMP comes in. But what's the follow-up? What is the follow-up, Rascal? Tell me. You know, while
Apagando las
Sinatra's moving in, Rascal is chilling. So maybe there's like this disconnect in comms. Because they haven't, I guess, not practiced Sinatra on Sombra. And Rascal on Pharah on this point. They still get kills though. And Rascal dies there.
Justice.
Nice kill. That's a good hook. Well, 2 supports that. Can go for a last contest if you want to, but you shouldn't. So they rolled it back. Now here's gonna be a scuffed EMP by Sinatra. Just watch this. I feel like Ding underestimates Choi constantly. Yeah, previously Choi kinda, you know, positioned pretty badly, so Choi eventually fixed his positioning, especially here. And I think Ding didn't adapt. Here, this is the scuffed EMP. How do you plan to engage on this when Rascal is out spawn? Yeah, he's in spawn. Everyone else, they're running in, like... Sinatra is light years ahead of them. Of his own team. Sure, we get the hook. That's fine. But still, it's a pretty bad EMP. Actually, is it? Is there anything Gamsu can do here? Well, he can actually rotate out. Yeah, I think he could rotate out. Maybe. Like you can dance with the hook. And dodge the hook, but that's the only thing you can do. Since if Roadhog, if Youngjin gets out, Orisa can as well. See, another thing. Did he have Fortify on EP? No, he didn't. He didn't have Fortify.
Initiating the hack.
So yeah, if maybe a bit, you know, earlier reaction time on Sinatra and Youngjin helping shooting Sinatra as well. This right here. This requires teamwork. And I think, well, Gamsu would be fine. Actually, in fact, you know, Gamsu should keep shooting a bit. Just tap. Or, like, you don't want to reveal your position. But it's not like they don't know. Since when hack comes in, yeah, you're dead. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because everyone else is still EMP'd. So yeah, it doesn't matter. He would have died regardless, actually. Never mind. It was a good EMP. But I don't think it was good because Sinatra was like 10 steps ahead. It's more like good because, yeah, Gamsu was stuck there. It seems like Sinatra is a bit early with his EMPs. Oh, Widow finding Sombra. A neat engage.
Cease your resistance.
Now there's a nano here to just keep Ding alive. That won't be rest, or can be rest, but it's gonna be difficult.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Shock, split.
Apagando las luces.
And there's that EMP again. Sinatra's EMP.
Apagando las luces.
Apagando las luces. You know, it means turn off the lights. He definitely turns off the lights, but there's no boogeyman here. Where's the damage gonna come in from? Well, Rascal is still coming back. Yeah. Very hard to put out damage here. You see, they just break LOS around the corner. So that's one EMP gone. Yeah. Then there's Wallach. That's a good kill. Super has to contest, but he's using Fortify, so he's dead. Then Hook comes in. Youngjin dies, but Hook's Moth. He does a 180 hook. This is actually a PogChamp hook. So he sees Moth. That's just game sense and skill. Prediction.
60 seconds remaining.
Moth equals yoinked. Yeah. Moth is gone. And now Rascal is on Tracer. Tracer. This is like Mission Impossible. He's gonna go in from underneath, is he? No, he's chilling. So that Tracer pick did nothing. He could have been on Junkrat and do more. Actually, Junkrat would have been a pretty fine pick. Because of the walls.
Systems at max. Cease your resistance.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Team rest. Yamsu kills Rascal, so that's a dead pick now.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Team couldn't find any angles here. That's a good shield by Super. And they recognize the win condition, which is like block LOS for DM. But still, that Tracer pick is kinda bothering me because there's no way for him to break in.
Justice reigns from above.
Ball coming in from behind. Choi, did he have hook? Oh, he did have hook, but yeah, just took time to realize it. Tunnel vision, I think. And that's, yeah, fight lost. Let's go to next.
Ready for battle. Stop the payload.
Shock, they're playing Batiste Goat. Dragons to go Doomfist. And they're purposely positioning themselves so that they don't get surrounded easily. Sinatra, he's out there trying to get energy. Now they are about to get surrounded. See, Gemsu trying to knock out someone, especially Sinatra. When somebody's played on defense, do you use EMP to counter enemy ults or use it aggro? I think you can use it mainly to counter. I think countering is the best way, since it's so difficult to just break the chokes in neutral fights. Due to like sharp corners and like high ground and all. So, well, you can go aggro as well, but you don't have to when defending. It's better to just let them come in. Talking about third point choke. When it's the long path though, then you probably have to be aggro, because you want to shove them back into spawn. So far, pretty good hold. So you can contest from here. It's basically like car wash on Gibraltar. Now they get in for free here. What happened? Oh yeah, they forgot scouting. Forgot scouting. Well, not that it was the Doomfist, but Doomfist would get a kill regardless. He set up the nade as well. That's 1 minute. 1 minute and 20 seconds, roughly, on payload. Is that worth... Is that worth all the ult charge? Could be. It depends on what your alternatives are. So they go out high ground. Now, this is in order to deal with EMP. Because when you're in here, you have all these boxes to use. You see Sinatra sitting here. So if Sombra goes in, EMP is here, that means Choi doesn't get EMP'd, Super doesn't get EMP'd. And then you have this one here, you can roll out with Lucio, and that's, you know, why Youngjin comes up here, he sneaks in, and ready to punch. So tons of spam, Youngjin went in, ults. Immortality field used. That's a pretty early immortality field. But now, this makes it kinda easy for dragons to EMP.
Pass into the iris.
Super dies. Luffy gets rest, not good. It couldn't be stopped. And then you have beat for the bombs, plus barrage. And the knock on Sinatra delays him a bit. Choi slept as well, hacked and slept. I'm surprised don't finish off Baby Diva here, or Lucio. Just take too much time. Because now Youngjin is dead, and the contest is still here. Youngjin goes in. He doesn't have cooldowns, so he's dead. What was the alternative for him though? Oh, yeah, he wanted to get out, but he messed up. He, yeah, punched here. And then he's stuck in the LOS. And Ding died as well. Man, that's a couple of ults used there. Now DM has an EMP though. Oh, Ding kills himself as well. Let's see this. Sinatra goes for the kill. Oh, damn. Then kills himself by shooting Sinatra. See, next up, they gotta deal with Sinatra now, because he's gonna be a looming, how to say, looming, I guess, or earring threat, sitting in the back. So Luffy has to be constantly watching out. That's why Youngjin is on Brig as well.
Apagando las luces.
Okay, EMP goes in, but you don't have any combo. So they try pile driver and finish off. Wait. Stays.
I'm out.
So that's a two-man. That's a two-man EMP.
Stream.
Orbit. Thank you so much for the 10 bucks, dude. Thanks so much, man. Glad you like the content.
I'm apagando las luces.
Routing power to forward shield.
Alright, EMP came in. Oh, no translocator as well. That's the downside. So that must be miscommunication because he had no combo, no damage to help come in. So yeah. Him dies there because he gets focused, obviously. What's up, Panther? How you doing, man? Sometimes best counter to ult is using it aggro. How you doing, man? I'm pretty good, Panther. I'm really good, actually. Just reviewing this stage playoffs finals. How you doing? Hope you've had a good day so far.
30 seconds remaining.
Let's see. Now, last fight, you don't have anything. Well, you have Nano plus Pharah coming up, so you need to stall. But if DM didn't use his Nano, EMP last fight, or they had a longer fight so they could farm, then yeah, it would have been a point cap here for Dragons.
Helden sterben nicht.
Hammond goes in. And this is where Shock wins the game. It feels like it's kind of obvious that Super has Shatter. Gamson knows it, I think.
Heroes never die.
All he tries to do is make space, plus use his shield. He uses his shield, but there's a Shatter. Could Youngjin stop that, though?
10 seconds.
Oh, he could.
Heroes never die.
You know, I think Youngjin should have stopped that. Or could have tried. Like, he still has to deal with Sinatra to protect Luffy.
Systems at max.
But was he even in range to protect Luffy with a bash? No, he wasn't. He wasn't in range at all. So Youngjin is just too backward. Yeah, how to say, too passively positioned. Like, if you think about it, should be in range to stop the Reinhardt, and he can be if he plays a bit more aggro around this corner here, because he has Luffy in the back pocketing him, and then he has Koma as well. Maybe miscommunication. Probably is. Yeah. And that's, you know, that's a win for Shock now, because not only is Ding dead, but when Gamsu is dead, it means only Youngjin can contest card. Against what? Well, Reinhardt, Trance, Bomb, yeah, all those things.
Into the iris.
So Shock We're really patient there then. Do exactly what to do. Alright, Shock. Orisa Hog. This is a fairly normal comp. Dragons, their own version. So here, DM he's playing to his strength. Sinatra playing to his strength as well. Other than that, it's the fact that Luffy is on Anna and Violet on Zen. And I think those are comfort picks as well. You have way more damage with the Zen. And shield spam. Plus it opens at, it sets up a target for Tracer, how to say, one clips. Him killing Rascal, that's just bound to happen. So Rascal has to play for line of sight. Nice. Yeah, this is the angle he can take. I think Rascal can't play here either. I think the only not like if Rascal plays here, like the very like far outside, still can't spam because DM is just gonna sit there. It makes sense why Rascal is here because Ding is pushing in. And also this is a map chosen by dragons. And then super yeah, hooked. Shock at this point, they gotta decide either we commit to this or we switch off. Now you have a Orisa Hog Sombra Tracer, which means free reign for the Pharaoh. Like absolutely free reign. Back onto Orisa. A lot of damage, but then gets healed up. Hooked, killed. Okay, nice push. Just want to see here. Could Gammas have done anything different? Ah, no. Wait. I don't think so. Or well, he could rotate backwards, but then give up point space. And then since he's hacked, he has to watch out for the orb. There's one good thing, I'm ranked 220. Good. Nice, nice Panther. That's really good. Choi hacked. No, hooked them in. Then boop on super. See that boop. I mean, you're kinda asking for it. Like you're definitely asking for it. You're playing like here, like this. Ah, he's overestimating his position, I guess. Sinatra kills DM as well. And then Violet, he was orbed. And because he was orbed, and then see the Road Dog, he uses the trance. Yeah, he went kind of greedy here for some charge. Yeah, there it is. And then if he doesn't use trance here, he's dead.
Experience.
That's kind of bad. Because that's one big cooldown or big ultimate.
Justice reigns from above.
And now Dion goes on Sombra.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Barrage comes in after the trance. Kills Violet, Gamsu rest. Ding and Youngjin dead though. Then Choi hacked and yeah, orb down. And then Violet just way too greedy, like way too greedy. Super got greedy before, yeah. You know any good programs to edit videos? You can Google that. It's really easy to Google. Just video editing software. Free video editing software. Gamsu kills Rascal. Oh, I use Sony Vegas myself, but it's not free.
Cease your resistance.
And then Choi dead. Shock wastes a lot of time with these, how to say, hack into orb, into well, like, just pretty, how to say, scuff deaths. It's like, Violet standing a bit too close to the enemy team, like several times, gets hooked, forced trans, no trans for the barrage, super booped in, hooked in, orbed in, you know, you name it. It's just not thinking, I think. They're like choking.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, Sinatra blinks off the map as well. Into well. I forgot that one. Shock, they play goats. Slambulance, I mean. That's in order to just move to point, survive the damage, and just camp there. So that's why you see them play indoors here. It's in order to farm Pandanoid. Thank you so much for your sub. You're welcome, man. So yeah, they were positioned indoors there to build energy for Sinatra. Gamsu tries to boop. And here's where Slambulance just does really well. Moira heals everyone. Lucia heals everyone as well. And then you push out with what's it called? Coalescence, I mean. And if this split on super isn't bubbled, that's a kill. Massive hook on DM there as well. Gamsu using ult a bit too early there. Or too late, I mean, actually. So all his bombs got stuck up there. Then he tries to boot people out, but you see, Shock, they are completely aware of what Gamsu is trying to do. Like, they are not allowing Gamsu, I mean, to do what he wants, boop them out, etc. So that's why they hold the corners. Barrage comes in, gets dealt with. And yeah, it's pretty nice to play Slambulance like this, right? It's very hard for the Dragons comp to push in here. They have a chance though with DM on Sombre with EMP. However, the best thing would be if you combine the EMP with something else. Moth dies outside. So that's a perfect engage. And you got some ults afterwards. Dragons, they're gonna leave point because they don't benefit anything from playing indoors. And now because Youngjin has his ult, he can go pretty deep. There's the intercept. He tried to knock people out. Doesn't quite make it. And here's Slambulance taking over point again. And all ults used, which is fine.
Meteor strike.
Then, yeah, again, Jumps with his ult here. He still gets some spread, but yeah, a couple of them stuck above. And that's Lighthouse. Here's Ruins. And this is normally a Widow map. However, Dragons are not playing Widow, they're playing Sombra. You see a Winston Goats comp here. Sinatra almost dying. Super hacked. He's overstaying. He's way too off position here. The way Shock played indoors is there was really good. Do you think other teams would have lost their playing that comp? It's hard to say. It depends on like individual decisions they do. So yeah, Super staying way too much here, ends up dying. He should have started rotating back immediately. Choi stepped as well. Rascal hacked, he just has to play further back. So sleep and hack creates a lot of space, as well as losing the wisdom. Choi overstaying as well. What is Choi doing? He tries to kill the Mercy. That's fine, you know, it's fine to try and kill the Mercy, because if you do, you shut down pretty much all the major healing for Pharah and Hammond. And Anna. Super needed again. And then comes Hack. Or EMP, I mean. And it's not the best EMP. Like, it's definitely not the best EMP.
Justice reigns from above.
Then Hack plus Matrix to deal with the Pharah. Kinda scrappy fight there. Right, next fight. Oh, a bit too far up. So the position a bit indoors to avoid fire spam. Sinatra has an EP coming up here. Super goes and cleaves. He realizes, oh shit, there's a wizard there. Gotta back out. Violet is in big trouble. And then comes the EMP. However, Sinatra has his EMP. And you get the target you wanted, which was, I'd say, Pharah. However, the target focus is really weird. Everyone does their own thing, almost. Like, I think Super calls out Brig, Choi goes for Anna, that's fine. And then you have Moth on Sombra, which is fine. But it's kinda not normal, I think. When you look at it, because it makes the EP look like it's just too spontaneous. Without anything in mind. Well, lessons used in order to, I think, deal with the Pharah and Mercy. Then Super jumps out. Super couldn't get any of the heals, by the way. So that Coalescence just got wasted. Not that it's a big waste, because you'll charge it super quick. Rascal dies almost. Oh, well, he's about to die, actually. There's dead. Choi hacked with bomb up. And it's not too bad for Shock. It's the last fight, if they win next one. Yeah, they get 95%. Yeah. And here's a really weird decision by DM. He called me here. Okay. So this tells me DM is not the one who called this. It's either Youngjin, Gamsu, or... Yeah, it's either Youngjin or Gamsu. I think Gamsu, probably. Gamsu or Youngjin. Because he goes for the bongos, orbs, and then DM goes in here with EMP soon. You're waiting out rally. Oh wait, this is not that fight. Actually, it's a different fight. With the same positioning. So Youngjin is dead. Luffy and Ding dead. Is this not that fight? No, it is. It is that. It is coming up soon. I'm dead. Recon test coming up. So Nano on Pharah. What can we do with Nano and Ding? We can do a lot. That's a pretty nasty nade. So DM rest and Rescon dead. Then there's a beat. And nade. And I want to go back here to right after shock capped. Here. Slightly before this actually. It all comes down to, I think, the DM kill here that Super went for. Not all, but this is where you could have secured a fight. That overjump makes DM able to contest. He's gonna be able to contest again, and then you don't have a primal for next fight, or for the like recontest. But it's fine. It's fine because dragons, they mess up. Now comes the play I was talking about. Same position. Shock, they're gonna run indoors. And here. Calls this now. Maybe it's DM. So lights out. Not only can Rascal stun that, he can also well, he should be positioning himself to stun that actually. However, Gamsu can interrupt it with his orb, so I think that's what Gamsu tried to do here. Anyways, EMP comes out, and you don't really want to fight indoors like this with EMP when you're Rissa. Like, Gamsu has to push in. But Violet has massive AoE healing here. And there's Matrix as well, because Choi didn't get hacked or EMP'd. You guys see, like, how much damage they're taking versus putting out. And then Sinatra comes with his own EMP. Pretty bad by Dragons. I see what they wanted to do, but it was a bit too quick.
Victory.
Right, that's Ilios. Game 6. We're getting close to the finish line here.
Ready for battle.
Oh, we almost skipped a point there. Okay, so you have Pharah on defense. Yeah, 2-2-2. Okay, that's fine. Pharah Mercy is really good here because you play for this roof, the pillar, and the roof here. They got a hook on Dungeon there. No, wait, on Choi. Wait, so Choi got hacked. He survives. Ah, but Rascal pops off. And kills Coma, okay. He had some help from Violet as well. That's point cap. That reminds me of Season 1, except with Sombra instead of Tracer. And no die tanks. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I think you could have ran... well, it was a different meta. So, like different buffs and nerfs and all that as well. Dive was a bit more powerful. And people didn't know, like, yet. Anyways. Sombra. Still being kept. Hook on Violet there. That basically wins you the choke fight. But DM dies. And now you gotta be careful with EMP if you're dragons. If you make Shock use EMP here, you win. Or you'll die probably, but you win on it because you have one ult that's gone. So EMP comes out. Have a 5-man EMP. However, where's the team? Well, can you fight with this? I don't think so.
Cease your resistance.
Because Moth was arresting Rascal. Choi can't really do anything. Super, he's shooting Anna. That's fine. Everyone else is just gone.
Justice reigns from above. Helden sterben nicht.
And then Barrage comes, Hook. That could have easily, you know, required even more resources from Shock, like a Nano. But you see, dragons, they don't even use anything except Valk, which is an ult that you can spend pretty easily. Or like you can spend it liberally, that's what I mean. So dragons, they suddenly have massive ult advantage.
Helden sterben nicht.
Now, EMP is gonna be pretty easy. Yeah, there's EMP. You can orb, hook, boop, you can do whatever you want. But if you're smart, you use as few ults as necessary. Young Jin eventually dies. He pushes past line of sight for Luffy. But there's a Nano. Violet dead. Sleep onto Choi. Attempted boop. It's fine. You get 2 people there as well. With the barrage. But you see, like, sort of... You already see, like, how dragons are way more efficient than Shock. Especially because of their EMP timing. Early spam. Now, Shock, they switch. Violet and Moira there. Wait, was he Moira all the time along? No, he was Anna before. I want to see the boot there. Orb used. There's hack. That's a good EMP, I mean. Nice. Good kills. That's a reset. Didn't kill this one. Now, Super can stay Winston. But only if dragons, how to say, don't win this quickly. Because otherwise he's gonna get the primal. He's hacked while EMP'd. And naded, so yeah. Gotta escape quickly. And because they don't finish off Shock, this could easily become a primal fight. Nade comes in again. Choi struggling with eating them. Nice kill on Luffy there. And then all these ults used. Sure, these are ults that are being used, but they will, how to say, be replacing them with other... Well, they could make other hero switches. And then, yeah. Those ults being used doesn't matter. Because you reset the ult economy. However, Shock, they don't wipe, come back, they use their own ults. Easily turn it. So sure, super slap there in the back. Doesn't matter though. Alright.
Defend objective A.
Same come from Shock. Wait, I wanna show you something that Gamsa did. Here. Early shield. But as the attacking Orisa, you're always gonna be behind the shield. Because then the defending Orisa, she's gonna put up her shield before you do. Which means she's gonna have a lower cooldown, or like her shield is gonna come up earlier than me. Actually, it was Super who did it. He shoots the shield up into the air and then lands, yeah, a bit after. Also, Gamsu got hooked there. Was he hacked, maybe? So yeah, there's the shield coming up. You see, as it lands, 3 seconds. Whereas if Gamsu places down a shield, 8 seconds. Oh, he just gets orbed. Ah, okay. Just no reaction there. Then hook upon hook. Pharahs, they just fight each other. Otherwise, yeah, if you don't fight the Pharah, she's gonna get hacked. No, not hacked. I mean, spam behind the shield. That's why you see Ding taking this angle here, or route, so that he can spam behind the Orisa. There's the shield. Do this in ranked, and you win basically all your Orisa matchups. Okay, see this. Shield comes down, 3 seconds. Gamsu, 8 seconds. Super, 2 seconds. Gamsu 7. Super 1. Gamsu 6. Super has a new shield. Gamsu still doesn't have a shield, but it's about to break. So if his shield dies, Fortify is forced. So now because Super didn't go for the shield break and also, well, has to take care, you know, watch out for the Pharah in there, that shield rotation that he did doesn't pay off. Sinatra stepped in the back. We missed this on stream, by the way, because spectators didn't catch it. However, Luffy catching a steep here on Sinatra in the back. That's just Sinatra being greedy. Nice kill. And that's gonna win you the fight. Well, also that the fact that Ding kills Rascal.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Rascal died early, Ding as well, and then Violet hooked off. Not good. Ding rest, Youngjin dead. Still, he can stay in the fight. Never mind. Now you gotta watch out. So because it's the payload is at the choke, if you want to go for an aggro fight, like early aggro fight. That's why you see Choi dropping down. Bongo's used.
Cease your resistance.
And yeah, Choi gets hooked, then naded, he's just dead. And I think that's an issue just with scouting that Shock struggles with. Also the
Cease your resistance.
well, shield placement is correct because you can't play shield differently. Violet almost getting hooked there. Thing on Violet. Yeah. Let's see EMP uses here.
Apagando las luces.
The Shock has EMP. You have a naked barrage basically. Can you use that? Well, that's why Rascal goes in. You have to use it because you're probably gonna switch.
Rains from above. Rains from above. Apagando las luces.
But there's counter EMP onto 2 people. That's whatever. I don't think it's worth winning that fight there. Since Violet... Well, maybe it is. Because if you take that early fight, you can take another fight here on this corner, and then you have a third fight here. So it's fine. Because you'll get that EMP back in time for the last fight. And Rascal, you know, using barrage, that's whatever, because, yeah, switching anyways. Important to clear out high ground. Super. Goes in. Just zaps a little. And this is just a dry fight, so to say. How to say, trash fight, where you farm ults. Because you have that retake. Want to show you something here.
Re-engaging.
You guys know the window here? Where Mercy just was? Imagine you're super. You're saying, guys, 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 I'm gonna touch. I'm gonna touch. But you don't touch. What do you do now? Well, plan B. That's a nice sleep hook. Almost a kill there. Here you see, almost a kill there.
I am unstoppable.
And now that requires a bit more extra resources. Barrage, wasted, bongos, EMP. That's all because of a rally. Like, if you look at this, obviously when they are playing, your Gamsu,
Cease your resistance.
what do you see? Well, you see Rascal, you hear a rally, like you just, on reaction, like you use something. Because you don't want the brig to stall forever. Because that's very likely. So yeah, all your ults except Valk used. Now Super is still on Winston. He has no business being on Winston. But he has Prime also, so I think that's why he's staying. I think it's better to go Reinhardt here to contest.
Apagando las luces. Helden sterben nicht.
He's already half HP. Now he gets Primal, uses it, that's fine. I guess it's fine if you yeah, coordinate with EMP, because then there's nothing to stop you. Like, it would be a different story if there's a break or like the hog hides. But yeah, now Primal is used, and it's highly, no, unlikely that Dragon's gonna stay this now. The thing is, with Winston, if you don't get that cleave damage for primal, eventually you have to switch to Reinhardt because otherwise you just don't get any pressure on the chokes. And super goes Reinhardt. Sinatra switches off Sombra because EMP is used. The Reaper is in order to deal with Bunker. Just a lot of damage. Easy to hit headshots. TP in. Oh, God was kinda good there.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Wanna see here. What could he have done differently, maybe? Choi could maybe go in with Bomba. But yeah, he used his Matrix on the hook. And then Nano on Hog, I forgot to mention that. Nano on Hog is massive. Then Reaper hacked as well. Not that it would matter because Wraith form is already gone.
Schutzengel ist da.
33%, not that much ult charge for Sinatra.
Cease your resistance.
Apagando las luces.
That's a big EMP.
Justice reigns from above.
Pretty strong. Alright, next round.
Ready for battle. Ready for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Cycling shields. Like before. EM goes super aggro here. And I wonder why. Feels like it's because Ding, I mean, it goes super aggro. I feel like it's because DM goes on Violet. Oh, he scouted him. So there's the hack. Oh, well, I guess it's just coordinated because of the hack. But this is so disconnected if you think about where the rest of the team is.
Ist noch nicht vorbei.
60 seconds remaining.
Sure. I mean, if it works, do it. DM had to avoid sleep, hook, and also make sure to, how to say, do it at the same time as Ding came in. So it was a difficult play to execute, but it's a really aggressive one, and high risk, high reward.
30 seconds.
Youngjin dies to Choi. Yeah, Choi just frags out here. He has Barrage, but Sinatra has EMP. Rascal has Barrage. It's almost impossible to lose this fight as Shock. Unless
Helden sterben nicht.
you have...
Justice reigns from above.
never mind. I was gonna say unless
Cease your resistance.
DM gets EMP.
Helden sterben nicht.
And then very minor
Complete.
body block from Super here after killing Ding. That stops Shock Dragons from contesting. That EMP that Sinatra made
Initiating match.
didn't get any value because of the backup going on.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Alright. Shock has 3 minutes now. You get one well, first point, I mean.
Objective A.
Off, yeah, he's going low pretty quickly. Young Jin getting hooked there, needed, almost dying. That should have been a kill by, well,
Ready for battle.
let's see. It looked like Rascal was able to kill him. Oh, he was reloading at the same time. And then he didn't see him. Okay, that's fine. He didn't see him. It's important to get the kill on Luffy there as well. Youngjin used his Reaver while he was needed as well. Pretty bad mistake. It doesn't matter though, since Choi just kills everyone else. That hook on Youngjin was the biggest issue there.
Ready for battle.
How does Super even get it?
Objective A.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier.
Youngjin just stays in line of sight there. Needed as well. Man. That's Eichenwald. But that's, yeah, pretty basic device. It's that's what I used to do on my exams.
Attackers incoming.
Alright, Dorado. Last map. Dragons, they're playing their 2-2 comp. Playing to their strengths with Pharaoh Widow. It's a really good map, Widow. Now here, Sinatra. Going into farm. Force back. Super is on Winston in order to deal with Pharaoh, I think. Otherwise you normally see, well, it's Winston Goats with Moira, so you could just go in. That's a nice hack. You see, it's a coordinated thing where Choi goes for the either Mercy or Pharaoh, whoever gets hacked. You go into that room, they get hooked, barraged, unlucky. And then you get sandwiched. This is a waste of time now. Wait, Sinatra dies. Down. Okay. That's DM just popping off. So yeah, it's a big waste of time if you don't get any kills. Him eventually dies. You push the choke, that's fine. But you could have done this with any comp. Almost. Shut that slope. Rascal getting killed there. Was he off position? Probably was. We'll see. We'll take a look. Oh, he wasn't thinking really. Ah, he assumed everyone else was here. Was that maybe... No, there's no way that was called out. That was just an impulse he had. Yeah, that's definitely just an impulse he had. It created some space, but not much. Super uses Primal, gets slapped again. Let's see how he does it. Ah, Luffy had 10 HP. Okay, that's unlucky. So that's Primal. Gone. Not good. This is where it's gonna take a lot of time for Shock to build up ults. Because dragons, they have barrage, they have everything except nano. Oh yeah, not to mention that nano was used last fight.
Helden sterben nicht.
Right. Violet separated. That means you can go all in if you want to here. Because there's no Violet.
Alla till mig!
You don't go all in, that's fine.
Apagando las luces.
EMP onto Gamsu. He died with Fortify up.
Apagando las luces.
You know, it's a bit, you know, nitpicky. It's the last map. Players have played 7 maps, by the way. And 200k is on the line. Who knows, you know, how easy it might be to focus on Fortify there, but it definitely is possible to just Fortify during or before EP comes in. The same way you bash before an EP comes in. So him dying means no card contest. Card pressure. Ding scouted out. You know, when Ding was pushed down here, why wouldn't you engage on high ground? Here. Okay, instead of going for Ding, for Ding here, because Rascal's, Sinatra's gonna recall, you can just go in here, you know, above the roof. Kinda waste time. I let them set up. Now you have to wait out walls. They died to barrage indoors. There's a highlight on stream, but it was a highlight in the broadcast. All right, next fight. Rascal dead. Wait, how did... Oh, they tried to run up. Yeah. Shock, they just kept struggling in the choke. So they were indoors, hooked. This is why you don't play Winston into this. And then, yeah, far above. I honestly think Shock just choked here and tried to rely too much on the primal. Like, way too stubborn. Why not go... what could you go? I don't know. You have to Matrix Orb. Like, you can stay Winston, but you have to Matrix Orb then. Then EMP. Off died. EM died as well. Choi loses mech. Super slept. Unlucky super. And then Gamsu rest. So much more. Like that's basically like, what is it? 400 HP heal. Then he dies. But so does everyone else. So let's go back to the issue here with the fight.
60 seconds remaining.
Was used. Alright, EMP is used. Gamsu is dead. Goof is gonna free farm up there. But buddy, super. You needed. Jump. He just knows. I mean, that's such an easy sleep. But it's also so hard to, how to say, keep track of sleep when she's up here. And someone has to go for Anna. Otherwise she's gonna keep on nading. But after the nade is used, it's already too late. And it's way more important to finish the cart and also kill the Mercy who rests Gamsu. Because she doesn't die, So that EMP you just pulled out has no importance. You know, have you guys ever tried a diet, like, you know, hardcore diet, and then you just give in to some ice cream later? It's basically that type of an EP. And then Choi, he was on ball to retake, but stays. Oh wait, was it to retake or go for Widow? Yeah, he switched to ball to retake. He was planning to go back, but didn't know if he should stay. Then they say stay, I guess. Ball helps a lot here. But I think a bigger issue is, why not switch off the brig? Go Fair Mercy yourself.
30 seconds remaining.
Well, that's because you have to deal with DM. That's understandable. I just realized what I just said. Kills Violet, super dead. Just so difficult to break this choke. I think you need a Reinhardt of some sort. See, it's so easy to just target super all the time. Like, super is in the center. And this is an anti-dive. Well, it's not anti-dive completely, it's semi-anti-dive and semi-anti-tank.
Initiating match.
It's a difficult comp to deal with.
Ready for battle.
Right shock. Start defending.
5, 4, 3.
Normally you don't hold on low ground, but it's fine to do. To start low ground, because you can play with Pharah above line, how to say, above the wall there. Well, if DM just goes in and kill them, it's over. Yeah. It's way too risky to hold that there. Unless, you know, you need someone to keep track of Widow coming out here. Otherwise, it's so risky. Same thing if Widow comes out this spawn. Need way more line of sight breaks. Nice hook on Youngjin there. Varus, they duel each other. Moth dies, not good. I think he died because of splash damage, right? Oh, yeah. Just intercepted one. Yeah, unfortunate. And that forces you to use the nano. However, nano is used. Luffy is dead. Wait, why was nano used? That's a good orb. That's a really good orb. Plus hook. Oh, nano was just... no idea.
You're powered up. Get in there.
No idea. He probably assumed Youngjin was gonna hook him or something. I don't know. Youngjin is in spawn. No idea why nano was used. Maybe because of sleep dart. That's the only trigger I know or heard. Alright, so Pharah versus Pharah again. Game kills Rascal from where? Oh, spawn. Main, I mean. That's poor positioning by Rascal then.
Justice reigns from above.
And then Barrage comes in. That's a snowball.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Early push. Because if you get picks here, you know, Dragons, they're just gonna love some... they're gonna love the push. They also love that Sinatra just used the MP. A snowball fight. Oh, I guess Sinatra just wanted to use MP and then switch. Because Translocate was in the back of spawn. By spawn. This is really good positioning by DM. There's nothing that can stop him. And he has free line of sight on Pharah. And then he tries to go for the kill on Sinatra. This right here.
Justice reigns from above.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Yeah, it's impossible to stop it unless you get picks with Widow or something. But Widow wasn't even in a position. It's impossible because Shanghai had so many ults from that snowball. And Shock, they used their own. And this was a very interesting VOD review. I feel like there's way more to learn. This was definitely not just everything, you know. If I watch this again at a different date, with, you know, with a new mindset, thinking it from a different, looking from a different perspective, and like just absorbing whatever I saw now, there's probably even more we can discover. And yeah, I highly recommend watching this yourself in the replay viewer. Thanks so much for watching.